My NOI took almost 3 months to come,
Not so
but
bad.
soon after my NOI, my PNP arrived in less than 1 month. And after my PNP, ITA took 6 days. Consequences was the time. In any application, it's the timeline. We were
Okay.
told that express entry is max to max 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But and our medical was also done. I got my PR 2 days before my medical was about to expire.
Oh,
But I
no.
have five refusals before getting an first entry into Canada. I have
Yeah.
five Canadian refusals. Although I have lived in UK, I have valid US visa. All five refusals of Canada I've got had the same explanation in the refusal letter that I used to think that I am a no-go case. I would never get entry to Canada. 39 now. I started my Canadian journey when I was 22. So it took me 14 years to enter, 14 and a half years. Then 2 years got wasted in
Pandemic.
COVID,
Mm.
pandemic, and 16 years, and another 2.5, 3 years. It's been three, it's a third year now. So almost 3 years can be done by themselves. I believe 95% of the things are do it yourself stuff. But
Mm.
whatever documents, it's all about paperwork, right? Whatever paperwork one needs to uh, utilize for their application, they needs to be proactive. So the toughest part is the middle journey when you are going through your PNP process. Once your PNP is through, rest is just wait.
Oh, hi, Mohit. Hi, how are you? Thank you for joining.
Just for me to be here.
Okay. So Mohit, let's talk about yourself. Like, give a brief introduction and also, like, why you selected Alberta for PNP.
Okay. Uh, First of all, my full name is Mohit Gupta. I Delhi, India to Canada in October 2021.
Okay.
And the reason for selecting Alberta is, of course, my employer sponsored PNP application. I got an opportunity to work here for a company early in 2021. I mean, I got the offer in 2020, but due to the COVID thing and all the paperwork, it took time for me to come in Alberta. My brother is in Canada for almost last 16 years. He is in Ontario. So I have been to Canada before. I lived here
Mhm.
for 3 months, went back to India, thought of applying for some jobs or looking for an employer. But in due to pandemic, the whole got shifted for almost 2 years. So it took me 2.5 years to land in here with me and my wife. And right now, my daughter is also here. She joined us once we got our paperwork through.
Okay.
She stayed there for in India with her grandparents for almost a year when we were not available, when we could not bring her along. Because
Hmm.
early days, whenever an immigrant come, it's already tough to settle down and sort out things here. But I'm really grateful to God that I've been known, like I've got to know so many good people. So the life is being pretty easy now, hopefully. Rest, this life is a journey, and my parents says struggle ends with the end of the life. It won't
Yeah.
end until you're living.
Yeah.
That's
Correct.
how it goes. But
Yep.
yeah, I'm working for a immigration consulting company at this moment, and
Hmm.
I have a couple of side businesses. One,
Hmm.
as we were discussing earlier, that I run a social media marketing company where we help small businesses from immigration consultants to realtors to pizza stores, restaurants, and that stuff. And while one of my client, we are so well connected and like a family friends now. So we started a family restaurant back in June 2023 in the town of Innisfail in central Alberta, which is a rural town. So that's it for me as of now.
Okay. 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 So, what's your education background?
I'm an MBA from UK in year 2008. I worked for a couple of investment bank back in 2008, 9, and 10. Then I went back to India uh, for the family stuff. I belong to a business family.
Okay.
My parents was in residential construction, the way we do custom residential builder houses
Hmm.
here.
Mm-hmm.
same way my father used to do it. But for last few years before like during the pandemic, everything got shut down. So as of
Correct.
now, my father is sort of into pre-retirement sort of thing. And
Yeah.
my parents are also permanent resident of Canada.
Oh,
All thanks to my brother. He sponsored my parents. So hopefully they might join us early next year,
okay.
uh, as we are expecting our second child sometime in March. So
Oh,
hopefully,
congratulations.
yeah, thanks so much. So hopefully my parents would join us
Uh,
soon after.
okay, okay. So you like Edmonton? You have, yeah, as you have stayed in Toronto also. So
I
you like,
lived in Toronto for 3 months. Yeah, I lived
okay.
in Toronto
So
for
you like,
three
so
months.
you like here? Like it here in Edmonton?
Yeah, I mean, life is pretty calm here in comparison to Toronto or Brampton, to be precise.
Yep.
Brampton or Toronto is similar to like Delhi, Mumbai, and in my honest opinion, my wife was the one who loved here most before I could make up my mind. I was here to get my PNP, to get my permanent resident. I came with the mindset like the every immigrant come. Once we have a permanent resident, we might work
No.
out what we needs to be
Mm,
do,
correct.
what needs to be done, whether we wants to move to Ontario or not. But
Correct.
once I started living here, I don't think I can live anywhere else now.
Yeah, yeah. I think that's most of the reaction. Even for me also, I lived almost 4 years in in GTA. I was
Yeah.
in force in GTA, but yeah, I can't now think about living anywhere else. Okay, good, good, good. I think we made a good decision of choosing Alberta. I'm very sure. Yeah, yeah,
Indeed, indeed.
yeah. So which so you you got from for a PNP from Alberta?
Yeah, I got PNP after my employer supported my work permit application.
Okay, so which stream?
Yeah. I got into express entry because my I was pretty good. My I score was pretty fine. I was just lacking those 50 points, I believe. And then once
Offer
I
letter.
had got my 50 points from my work permit, and soon after I also got my PNP 600 points. So my ITA came in like three and a half months.
Okay, okay, good. So basically, you say Alberta. So you say Express Entry. So you mean Alberta Express Entry, right?
Yeah, Alberta express entry. That's correct.
Okay, okay. Not so you didn't go for any tech pathway or anything like that.
No, no,
Okay,
no.
okay. So how much time it took for you to get a NOI from Alberta?
You know, 4 months to be precise.
No, no, not the PNP. Just the NOI first
Actually,
stage.
my NOI took almost 3 months to come,
Months.
but soon after my NOI, my PNP arrived in less than 1 month, and after my PNP, ITA took 6 days. That's it.
Yeah. Okay. Okay. Good. 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 So and after IT, how much time it took for the PR?
For PR, it took me almost 9-10 months because of the PCC issues. My wife
Oh,
belongs to Western UP, and during those days, Western UP Muzaffarnagar, to be precise, having
okay.
some political issues, so she could not get her PCC clear in time. So we had
Oh,
to request them extra timeline. I am from Delhi. I got my UK PCC, United Kingdom, in
hmm,
10 days, Delhi PCC in less than 1 month, and
hmm.
Canadian PCC in another 10 days. But my wife's PCC took some time.
Okay. So
So,
Canadian PCC, that's a very good question. Canadian PCC, did you need to submit your Canadian PCC or
yeah,
was it?
because
Okay.
by the time I applied my PR application, it's over 6 months. So wherever you live over 6 months, uh, once you turned 18, if you have lived 6 months, even in Singapore or just
Mhm,
visiting and
mhm.
stayed for 180 days, you need to take a PCC. So
Okay.
I required three PCCs. My wife required two PCC, one from India and one from Canada because she never lived anywhere else. But I
Okay.
lived in UK, I lived in India, and of course I lived in Canada for over 6 months.
Oh,
So my three PCCs was required, and both of us had to get our birth certificate done. My wife's birth certificate was in Gujarati language. I mean,
okay.
she was born in Ahmedabad,
Okay.
so we need to get those birth certificate
Translated.
translated as well.
Oh, so you had a lot of work to do.
Yeah, it took me almost 3.5 months and a lot of red tapeism in India back home to get these things sorted. And
Yeah.
no, I didn't know knew those many people at that time when we were going through all that process.
Yeah.
Now
Yeah.
I know so many other people and have resources who can get these things done in less than 2 weeks.
Okay. 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 So you said you are working for an immigration consultant, right? So did you use their services while filing?
No, no, I joined them after I
Yeah.
completed my PR and application. But yeah, while I was working for the last employer, they used this immigration consulting company, and they
Okay.
used to tell me whenever I need to some documents or whatever I needs to be done.
Okay. 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 So you did your application, PNP, PR all by yourself?
I collected all the paper by myself, and I used to email the employer's immigration consultant, and he
Okay.
used to submit on the portal. But yeah, at the time of Alberta PNP, we need to create a Alberta what do you
ID.
call it, AINP portal. I
Uh,
created myself. I created all those through looking after those wonderful people out there on YouTube, just learning through them and just uploaded whatever
okay.
documents was requested.
Okay.
I did my best myself. I did my wife's best. I did all the other paperwork, whatever needs to be done myself.
Okay. Okay. And your express entry, you manage your express entry on your own?
Yeah, yeah. I
So
manage my
so
expenses myself.
so you use, I think the immigration consultant you were talking about was more for the work permit, maybe.
Side of paperwork, whatever is required.
Okay. 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 So what do you think? It was easier doing it yourself?
Uh, that would be not true if I say it's easier because doing for the first time, you end up making so many mistakes. I made mistakes at my end, of course, and
Okay.
it took me almost 3 4 months to correct those mistakes. And then I didn't knew it that I am doing it wrong when I was doing it for the very first time. But the consequences was the time. Main in any application, it's the timeline. We were
Okay.
told that express entry is max to max 6 months.
Mm-hmm.
But and our medical was also done. I got my PR 2 days before my medical was about to expire.
Oh, lucky.
So 11 months and 28, 27 days it took because medical is valid for 12 months
Yeah.
exactly. And I got my PR 2 days after my birthday. I remember that day. Early in the morning, I woke up. I mobile and there's those golden PR mail was there with my daughter's name. And again, I was confused because my daughter's mail was there. Me and my wife, being the like primary and first dependent, was not there. So we totally believe. I mean, I am here because of my daughter. I mean,
Okay.
uh, I have a long story. I don't want to get into that, but I
No.
have five refusals before getting an first entry into Canada. I have
Yeah.
five Canadian refusals. Although I have lived in UK, I have valid US visa. All five refusals of Canada, I've got had the same explanation in the refusal letter that we believe you would not go back to your home country once you have allowed an entry.
Hmm.
Maybe considering my brother is a Canadian citizen now.
Maybe.
I mean, he was a permanent resident back then. My
Okay.
parents' application was in through, so they kind of have that insight that he's the lone guy, so he won't
Yeah.
probably go back.
Yeah. Yeah. No, but yeah. See, now you're here. So you kind of kept on following your dream and now you're here, right?
I'm 39 now. I started my Canadian journey when I was 22. So it took me 14 years to enter, 14 and a half years. Then 2 years got wasted in
Pandemic.
COVID
Hmm.
pandemic, 16 years, and another 2.5, 3 years. It's been three. It's a third year now, so almost 3 years.
Okay. Okay. So that's a long journey. And that's also a lesson for us that if you want something, you have to pursue that thing.
Yeah, yeah. Keep pursuing whatever you want to do it. I I used to think that I am a no-go case. I would never get entry to Canada, but
Okay.
it's my wife, my daughter who keep pushing us, and it's all the grace of of my daughter. We believe on our family. When she came arrive into our family, I got my visa approved which I never thought that Canadian government would ever approve my visa. Although I had UK Schengen visa, US visa, traveled 20 plus countries, but Canadian never allowed me. But once my daughter came into my life, in our life, and then we got the visa approved. But then pandemic happened, so many other things. But it's all good now.
Yeah, yeah. So, so for the listeners, like you did your application and everything yourself. So, would you recommend them also to can they do it themselves?
Most of the things can be done by themselves. I believe 95% of the things are do it yourself stuff. But
Mm.
whatever documents, it's all about paperwork, right? Whatever paperwork one needs to uh, utilize for their application, they needs to be proactive. If you need to get your Western, if you need to get your biometrics or health medical checkup or your birth certificate, because birth certificate took too much time, and then the PCC took too much time. For in my case, my VAS report came in like 15 days because I've studied in UK and in Delhi. And Delhi board, school board, CBS is pretty straightforward, I believe so. But other states, maybe people coming from other states like Gujarat or Rajasthan, they might have some hard time figuring out how to get those things done. And while specifically when they are here in Canada, and nobody's there to go to their university in person. So that's kind of those are the things one needs to sort out before they start pursuing their Canadian dream.
Okay, yeah, that's a very good suggestion. Even I kind of give the same suggestions to my members also, that if you are starting off with the application, first go to the documentation list, right? That's the first thing you should do. See what is possible, what is not possible, what you think is will take most of the time, and then maybe start it early, for example, you said WES. It usually takes time. For me also, WES take around 8 months, right? But I did all everything before I started my PR journey, because WES is valid for 5 years anyways, right? So
Yeah, yeah,
you can get it done in advance, in pretty in advance,
yeah,
right?
yeah.
If you think that it will take time, so get those things done pretty early. So, okay. So, in your experience, in your obviously your Canadian journey, as you said, was a very long journey, like in terms of your first entering Canada and getting your visa. Uh, what do you think for the PR application, right? If I consider just the PNP and PR as a stage, so in this PNP PR stage, which according to you was the toughest stage, in toughest step, I would say?
I believe once you are already in Canada, either on work permit or any other temporary status, moving on to permanent resident all depends on your points or what province you are in. Specifically talking about if we are in Alberta, Alberta has two stream, I believe. One is Alberta Opportunity Stream and one is the Alberta Express Entry. And there are other
Yeah,
pathways as well. But
rural
these are
renewal.
the rural renewal and tech pathway and other stuff. But I can only talk about what I know.
Yeah.
So the toughest part is the middle journey when you are going through your PNP process. Once your PNP is through, rest is just wait. you
Okay.
really you really can't do except waiting. And
Okay.
in my personal case, I got a call from the IRCC that your medical is expiring in 3 days. And that was Friday. I mean, she said your medical is expiring on Wednesday. And she was a lady, I can't name her, of course, but she said that today is Friday. I'm at my desk till 3 in the afternoon. Right now it's 10 in the morning. If I can conclude your file, it's all good, or else you'll be spending another 3, 4 months waiting because you have to go through the whole medical process again. And once your medical comes to us, we need to redo the whole thing. So
Okay.
in my case, yeah, I can understand like the toughest journey from PNP till your PR application. The rest, everything is just wait. You can't really do anything about it.
Okay. 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 And out of this, like in PNP and PR, there are multiple steps, right? So, which step took most of the time for you?
Once I got my PNP letter, like the PNP nomination, they gave you 60 days time to complete your PR application. And
Express.
as I mentioned, due to the PCC thing, we due to my wife's PCC, we could not complete a full application.
Okay.
So what we did, we applied the permanent residence without the PCC for my wife, and
Hmm.
attaching a cover letter sort of thing, that due to the certain reasons we are not in a situation to provide PCC at this moment, and we might add it once we have in our records. So, and they replied back in 2 3 weeks that sorry, we cannot accept incomplete application. So they denied us then and there, and I was like in total shock that I don't know whether I can apply for the same application, whether I can use the PNP again, because I was in a dilemma that there was a line stated on PNP nomination that this PNP is valid for one application, and
Okay.
I didn't knew it whether this would be counted as one application or one chance. I didn't knew it. So that
Okay.
was pretty tough, and nobody was there to like guide me. Whatever resources I had was through YouTube and whatever forums available on online. But there
Okay.
are certain people who really guided me through,
Okay.
and
Okay.
I'm grateful to all of them. To all of them.
Okay. So, so that's an interesting point. So so they denied your application. So what happened? How were you able to reuse the PNP again?
I called Ircc head office in Edmonton. Explained the situation to first customer person who was on the call was not pretty helpful. I was told keep trying. I called them again early in the morning. There was like 7 a.m. morning because they start at 7, I believe, 7 or 8. I don't remember, but it was 7 or 8 in the morning. I called first thing in the morning. One really careful lady picked the phone. I believe she was from Philippines or something. I don't know accent I could tell, but
Huh.
she really helped me. She said that you attach a cover letter stating what happened, why you did not supply those requested documents, and give us a had to get a letter from back home that the PCC could not be cleared during this day. इंडिया में दंगे चल रहे थे उन दिनों, like
Okay.
Muzaffarnagar
Oh,
to be
oh,
precise, right?
yeah, yeah,
So
yeah, yeah.
my father-in-law got a letter from the local SHO there. During these months, there was no departmental inquiry could be done, and that's how the PCC gets clear here, right?
Uh-huh.
So I got that letter. I got that letter in Hindi. I had to convert that letter again in English, attach it, and then
Mhm.
supply it with my application. And by the grace of God and our daughter, application, we never received any what do you call it AO for the application for almost.
Uh-huh. Also interesting thing. I think this is the first time I'm hearing that that you were able to use the ITA again,
Like the PNP nomination. Yeah.
nomination again. So they again gave you an ITA?
No, no. I use the same application package because
Oh,
somewhere I read it. They they did not refused my application. They sent my application back. The
oh, okay.
technical point to fight was they in the letter they mentioned that we cannot accept incomplete application.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Technically not a refusal.
Okay. So you're lucky then. Okay. Okay. So when did you get your PR?
I got my PR in March 23.
Oh, March 23.
Yeah,
So almost 7, 8 months.
almost almost 8 months after I submitted, but almost 1.5 month after I started the whole thing.
Whole journey, whole journey. Okay, okay. But yeah, like
More than 1 year. Yeah,
all well that ends well, right?
yeah,
So
that's correct.
that's correct. Okay, okay. So like we are almost at the end of it. So any suggestions you would have for people who might be listening?
Couple of things which I can mention from my experience. First,
Okay.
make a checklist as we discussed, whatever needs to be done. Second, get all your paperwork in order. Use technology like Google Drive and make different folders there. And if you come across documents at certain different like at different time level, so you just keep uploading your documents and make sure if someone is requiring settlement funds, it was not required in my case, but if someone is requiring settlement funds, I have heard cases that due to the change in the fluctuation of currency value, their balance got down for even a day and their application got rejected or whatever.
Yeah.
So try to maintain at least $2,000-3,000 more than what is actually required. These are major things needs to be taken care. And of course, rest. Good luck to everyone, I believe.
Okay, okay. Thank you. And you are part of our WhatsApp group, and right? You're
Yeah,
still part of the
yeah.
WhatsApp group, yeah. So I see that you are also contributing to that group. So how, like, did that group help in any way?
I believe, to be honest, personally, I do not talk much on WhatsApp, but yeah, I am here to help whatever I can. Yeah, I keep getting the insights from the group even after I got my PR. It's just not the PR journey in
Correct.
this country. Even if you get PR, the life doesn't stop. There are different zone when it started. You move from work permit to PNP, then to PR, then probably to citizenship, then maybe you need help regarding super parents visa, somebody needs dependent help, or other family member wants to come. So you keep needs to keep updating your knowledge about the immigration or visa
Yeah.
rules around Canada.
Correct.
Yeah,
Correct. 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 So, okay, Mohit, it was nice, really nice talking to you, and I hope that this chat will give insight and confidence to a lot of people, right? So your journey was a bit different from other people's journey.
yeah,
Everybody's journey is different, and we can
yeah.
learn from each other's journey.
Yeah, I'm really grateful for being here, and thank you so much, Manishi. And I'll be happy to help any questions anyone have, whatever I could do my part to help the community. I'll be
Sure.
grateful.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Thank
Thank
you
you.
so much, sir.
And we will talk later. Okay. Bye
Yeah,
bye.
sure. Thank you, sir. Bye.
Bye bye.